I worked in homicide for a long time. An unprovoked attack like this, just unimaginable.
She was a retired kindergarten teacher. She's lived at this home for decades and was always a friendly face.
It's never happened before. I've been here 22 years.
It's a great community. It's a well-established community. It's really shocking that it's happened right here in our own street.
Wagwan everybody, welcome to our next episode of Talk the Things podcast. Today we're going to be taking a break from our usual TTC series that we've been doing, and I want to do a breaking episode talking about a situation that happened in Pickering. Pickering is east of Scarborough, so the city immediately beside Scarborough. So let's just get straight into the story because this is a crazy one. On May 29, 2025, in Pickering, this is around Fairport and Lynn Heights Drive. That's like the neighborhood that's happening. This is up by, I think this is like near like Whites and those areas. And at about 3:02 p.m. around there was an 80-year-old retired kindergarten teacher who was just outside planting in her garden, doing just regular old people stuff when you're home and you're retired, you know. It's getting warmer outside, and the people in the area say she loves to set up things in her yard sometimes and dress up like mannequin and scarecrow. So she was just in her yard planting some grass or whatever, when a passerby was walking and seen her stab up in the grass. When a passerby winded up walking past her house and seeing her with traumatic injuries lying down in her yard. So they called police, and police came, seeing that she was seriously injured. And I'm not going to say the type of injury yet. I'm going to save it for a little more. But she was severely injured. They moved her to the hospital where she winded up dying. So they placed Pickering on lockdown. And they winded up sending out an Amber Alert. Now, the thing that happened with this Amber Alert, people were laughing and was saying, how are you going to send out the Amber Alert? But the Amber Alert literally had no description. It said any in all of the categories them. And I seen a person made a video about it.
Are we looking for Casper the Ghost? I'm so confused right now. How are you guys going to send out an Amber Alert talking about call 911 or whatever, and we don't even have no information about the suspect or anything? And people get unalived every day. So is this person trying to like do random attacks on people? I don't know. Like, I have questions.
So that was one thing. Now they started looking through the cameras in the area, like, you know, the house cameras, and they're trying to figure out who could have done this. What could have happened to cause the lady to just be here, just dead in her grass like this? You know what I mean? So while they're looking through all of the doorbell footage, they ended up seeing a man in all black. He was wearing like a black trench coat, a black hat, a long black pants. Now, it's not summer yet, so it's not, you know, too hot, but it's very unusual either way to see nobody dressed up like this, just walking around. You can still wear a t-shirt and stuff. It's like the early 20 degrees right now, so it's not too hot, but you're not going to be dressed up like this. And on the same footage, while they're looking, it winds up showing him going up to the old lady, going up to her house where they were talking for a little bit. And all of a sudden, he jumps on her, starts attacking her, and stabs her up a whole bunch of times and leaves her there dead. But around 8:30 p.m., they winded up finding him. And when they find him, turns out to be a little 13-year-old boy from Pickering that just actually lived up the road, because the way they caught him is they followed the cameras them to see where he ran back to, and they caught him going into his house. But there's some weird things with this 13-year-old boy. This is very off, and I'm going to get into that after I play you guys some news clips. I want you guys to watch these news clips, hear about the story, and I'm going to come back because there's something off with this little boy.
A quickly evolving and tragic investigation that has developed throughout Thursday evening in this North Pickering neighborhood, and it's one that has shaken many.
I worked in homicide for a long time, and I can tell you that an unprovoked attack like this is just unimaginable. And the woman was doing nothing but what everyone would do at front of their own home.
Durham Police Chief Peter Morera not mincing words when it comes to Thursday's horrific attack. It was at around 3 p.m. when emergency crews were called to Lynn Heights Drive near Finch Avenue and Whites Road. An older woman was in front of her house when she was approached by what's believed to be a stranger.
After a brief interaction, the suspect stabbed the female in a sadistic and cowardly unprovoked attack that was captured on video.
The woman was rushed to hospital by paramedics where she later died. Just before 5 p.m., police posting a warning to shelter in place. Then Officers taking the extraordinary step of issuing a public safety alert across the GTA, sparking questions about how it took nearly 3 hours for the alert to go out.
We want to make sure that we understand what has happened so that we can provide accurate information to the community, and that we understand fully what it is that we're asking the community to do on our behalf.
The city of Pickering shut down its facilities as a precaution. As the evening went on, while officers were going door to door looking for information and videos, Morera making this startling announcement.
We've arrested a 13-year-old male from Pickering.
When you hear of the randomness of it, it was shocking. One should feel safe in their front yard gardening or walking their dog or talking to their neighbors. And obviously that wasn't the case today. Hopefully it's the case again tomorrow.
Mayor Kevin Ash came to speak with neighbors while sharing his shock and condolences for the victim. The allegations involving the suspect sparking equal concern. What goes through your mind when you hear that the accused in this case is that young?
I think to myself what a troubled young man he might be. I think about the burden of mental health that's no doubt affecting him. I think about how it's going to impact his family, and I'm shocked that a person so young has so much hate in them.
Meanwhile, Ash and Morera are trying to calm worries in the community.
There was no longer a public safety risk and that the public could go about their business.
Now, I had a chance to speak with a couple of neighbors off camera, and I asked them what they wanted our audience to know about the victim, and they described her as a loving caregiver who has lived in this home for decades. She baked cookies for some of her neighbors and even wrote Christmas cards for them. So this is a loss that's being greatly felt here in North Pickering. As for what comes next, we're going to be waiting for more information from Durham Regional Police and specifically what charges the accused is facing. In Pickering, Nick West, All City News.
Neighbors dropping off flowers outside of the residence this morning. A neighborhood still in shock after the news their neighbor in her 80s was stabbed and killed on her front lawn yesterday morning.
It's a great community. It's a well-established community. It's really shocking that it's happened right here in our own street.
It's just unnerving to know that you're so close to where you are.
It's never happened before. I've been here 22 years.
Global News has learned the woman's name was Eleanor Doney. She was a retired kindergarten teacher. She's lived at this home for decades and was always a friendly face.
You can see at the side of her house, she has this little scarecrow that she dresses up depending on the season, and she's really lovely.
Police say Eleanor was on her front lawn when the suspect, a 14-year-old, went up to her dressed in a black trench coat and gloves. There was a brief interaction before the teen stabbed her and fled.
All right, so you guys just seen the news clips then. Now, I want to explain more about him. We don't know his name because he's only 13. The news isn't going to put out his name for this youth, whatever act. So they don't put out the kid's them name, but we still managed to get the picture of him. I don't know where people got this picture from. 6 Buzz I seen posted. I seen it on Reddit, but you can kind of see his face in this one. I don't know where people got the picture them from, like I said, but people knew him and knew that he was kind of weird. We don't know who he hung up with, if he had much friends, or why he acted like this, but people knew that he was a weird guy. Now, I heard a lot of people saying that he was on drugs and he was on this and he was on that and he could have never been in a normal state of mind. But a lot of people have it stereotyped that, Durham is where all of, well, not really no more, but where all of the white kids that do hard drugs and the people that you would typically think to do like a school shooting, like dress up in all black and stuff. A lot of people would poke fun and say those are like the white people them in Durham. But I don't think this guy was on no drugs. He wasn't on no drugs. He was just crazy. And I'm going to read you guys a post that he made on Discord. The first thing that came out was that his name on Discord is like some serial killer or something like that. Some anime serial killer was the name that he used as like his username for the Discord. Now, let me read you guys what he posted on his Discord. This was the last post before he came out and did what he did to this old lady. And this is what he says. Hello, to avoid my arrest, I'll be heading to Toronto via train and I won't be available nor present for school till a good month or 5 months. During this time, I might kill something and I'll just be avoiding my arrest. I'll be carrying a knife, luggage, money, and a briefcase. And if I see that bitch again, I will kill her. So we don't know who the hell this man is talking about or this child is talking about when he made this post, who he's saying he wants to kill again if he sees that bitch. We don't know if he's talking about the old lady. We don't really think it is, because what could the old lady have done? We don't know if he was getting bullied at school or nothing like that, why he's coming out and posting things like this. But it shows that the man had a plan. The man had a plan to kill something, kill someone, and run on the GO train and go to Scarborough. Remember, Scarborough was only one stop train. Well, he never said specifically. He said Toronto. But I'm just trying to show people who don't know the area. Scarborough is only one train stop away from Pickering. It goes Pickering and then it goes Rouge Valley. So it's not far for him. The man had a plan. The man knew what he was doing. So he's not crazy. He never took some drug and all of a sudden the man is just wicked. Just a wicked, weird little boy. I'm not gonna hold on to and give no mercy and say he's a child because he's clearly big enough to know what he's doing, right? But when you see these things and you see like they're going and they're dressing in the how black, the man is clearly trying to look like Columbine. He has sense. He's putting two and two. He's trying to recreate this. He wants the whole media. He loved the whole lockdown thing that happened, knowing that he caused all that. People like this that do things like this, they're attention seeking people. There's something wrong with him. Not in the way where like he has a mental illness and he doesn't know what he's doing, or he took some drug and he don't know what he's doing. He just has like the mayor man said, the man's just evil. You have to be an evil person to just look at an old lady and just decide, see, you're gonna do that. I have a great grandma that's that age, and when I think, it's just like that would never been possible. God forbid, because I don't know, something would like I don't know. But I want you guys to let me know what you think about this case. Tell me what you think about this whole situation. Do you think he was on drugs or he was crazy? Because when it just happened and I got the Amber Alert and people in I think Scarborough, Pickering, Ajax, Oshawa, probably just those areas got the Amber Alert. I don't know about anywhere else, but when people got the Amber Alert, people were thinking that, it must be some guy who was on drugs or something like that. Is what when we winded up finding out later on what it was that happened, But I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about this situation. I don't said how I feel about it. Rest in peace to the old lady, and we'll talk next time on Talk the Things podcast.
Yeah, I'm a pretty little Barbie.